Your words build your reputation. Every sentence you speak, every word you utter carries weight. It is not the titles you hold, the degrees on your wall, or the possessions you own that define you. It is the language you choose to use, the energy behind your speech, and the impact it leaves on those who hear it. Words are more than sound. They are the building blocks of your character, the architects of your influence, and the mirrors of your inner world. Consider this: when you speak with kindness, clarity, and integrity, people naturally gravitate toward you. Your reputation becomes one of trust, respect, and reliability. But when your words are careless, harsh, or manipulative, they echo far beyond the moment. They plant seeds of doubt, conflict, and negativity. Your words can elevate or destroy, inspire or discourage, open doors or close them forever. The truth is, your words reveal the condition of your mind and heart. They are a reflection of your thoughts, beliefs, and self-discipline. Someone who consistently speaks in a way that is truthful, uplifting, and precise is someone who is seen as confident, capable, and honorable. On the other hand, gossip, exaggeration, empty promises, or constant complaints reveal instability, lack of focus, and weakness. Your reputation is not created overnight. It is built word by word, conversation by conversation, decision by decision. Your language shapes your life. When you commit to speaking positively about yourself and others, you align with abundance, opportunity, and growth. Words like I can, I will, I am capable produce action, attract support, and create results. Words that tear down others or yourself, I can't, they are against me, I'll never succeed, not only limit your life, but also quietly shape how the world perceives you. People remember how you made them feel and how your words carried weight long after the conversation is over. Reputation is fragile, yet powerful. One careless word can undo years of effort. One truthful, courageous, and wise statement can open doors that seemed impossible. Speak deliberately. Choose your words with intention. Let your speech align with your values, reflect your strengths, and inspire confidence in others. Let your language build bridges, not walls. Let your words paint the story of a person who is disciplined, trustworthy, and admirable. At the end of the day, the world doesn't just hear your words, they feel them. Your reputation is a living testament to your communication, a reflection of your inner discipline, and a key that unlocks doors to opportunity, influence, and respect. Every word you speak is a seed, and your reputation is the garden that grows from it. Speak wisely, speak truthfully, speak powerfully, because your words are building not just your reputation, they are building your life. Your words are the foundation of your reputation. They reflect your character and integrity. Every time you open your mouth, you are revealing something about yourself, whether you realize it or not. Words are not just sounds, they are vibrations, energy, and intentions that travel far beyond the moment they are spoken. When you speak with clarity, honesty, and thoughtfulness, you are demonstrating a level of discipline and self-awareness that others instinctively recognize and respect. Your reputation is not something you can buy or borrow, it is something earned over time, and the most consistent way to earn it is through the language you choose. People pay attention not just to what you say, but to how you say it. They notice the tone, the confidence, and the energy behind your words. A person who consistently speaks with integrity builds a reputation that precedes them in every room they enter, in every conversation they join, and in every relationship they form. Words are like bricks, and each statement you make either strengthens the structure of your reputation or weakens it. The moment you speak carelessly, exaggerate, or misrepresent the truth, you begin to erode the very foundation you are trying to build. But when you choose your words with intention, when you speak from a place of honesty and awareness, you are laying down a foundation that can support trust, influence, and respect. Your reputation is essentially a reflection of your inner world. If your mind is disciplined, clear, and focused, your words will naturally reflect that discipline. If your heart is aligned with truth, compassion, and fairness, your words will carry those qualities as well. People often claim to judge others by their actions, but actions without consistent, truthful words are incomplete. Words give context, meaning, and insight into your character. They allow people to understand who you are and what you stand for. Every conversation you have is an opportunity to build or diminish your reputation. A single careless remark can undo months of hard work, while a single moment of truthfulness and clarity can open doors and establish trust that lasts a lifetime. Consider the people in your life whose reputations you admire most. Notice how they communicate, the way they choose their words, and the consistency with which they speak. Their reputation is not a result of luck or circumstance. It is the direct outcome of their mastery over their language and the integrity behind their speech. Words are also contagious. When you speak with integrity, those around you are influenced to do the same. When you speak carelessly or dishonestly, that energy spreads as well, creating doubt, mistrust, and conflict. Your words not only define you, they define the environment and relationships around you. The discipline to choose words carefully is not easy. It requires awareness, self-control, and patience. It requires thinking before speaking and ensuring that what you say aligns with your values and the truth. But this discipline pays dividends in the long term because your reputation becomes a solid, unshakable foundation that others can rely on. In every interaction, you have the opportunity to strengthen or weaken this foundation. Each word you speak contributes to the story people tell about you, the image they carry in their minds, and the level of trust they place in you. Your words are inseparable from your identity. They are the lens through which the world sees your character and integrity. To neglect the power of your words is to neglect the very essence of your reputation. Positive, truthful, and uplifting speech attracts respect, trust, and opportunities. The words you choose to speak are magnets, drawing people, circumstances, and opportunities toward you or pushing them away depending on the energy behind them. When your language is aligned with truth and positivity, it becomes a silent ambassador of your character, demonstrating that you are reliable, honest, and someone worth listening to. Every word you speak carries weight, whether it is spoken in a professional meeting, a casual conversation, or even a simple text message. People are constantly interpreting your words, decoding them for sincerity, intention, and consistency. Words that uplift others, that inspire, encourage, and bring clarity leave a lasting impression that becomes part of your reputation. Over time, these words create a pattern, a recognizable signature of the person you are, and people naturally gravitate toward that pattern. Trust is born from consistency. When you speak truthfully and positively, people learn to rely on your judgment, your perspective, and your character. They know that what comes from your mouth is not random or careless. It is thoughtful, deliberate, and aligned with integrity. Respect follows naturally because people recognize the value in communicating with someone who elevates conversations instead of degrading them, someone who builds up rather than tears down. Opportunities also follow. Life has a way of opening doors to those who are seen as trustworthy, capable, and optimistic. Your words broadcast your mindset, your approach, and your inner discipline to the world, often before your actions are even noticed. In this way, your speech becomes both a reflection and a projection of your personal and professional brand. People want to associate with those whose words create positive energy, hope, and inspiration. Negativity, exaggeration, or dishonest speech does the opposite. It repels, alienates, and closes doors. Even if someone admires your skills or achievements, a reputation built on careless or harmful words will prevent long-term trust and connection. Words are far more than tools for communication. They are instruments for influence. When you speak with clarity, purpose, and positivity, you influence perceptions, shape environments, and guide relationships in your favor. Your words can calm tension, resolve conflict, and open avenues that might have seemed impossible. Positive speech has a ripple effect. A single encouraging statement can boost morale, spark creativity, or ignite action in others. This effect extends far beyond the moment of speech, leaving impressions that last for days, months, or even years. Every positive word you speak is a deposit into your reputation bank, building goodwill, credibility, and influence. Conversely, careless or harmful words are withdrawals that deplete trust and respect, sometimes permanently. Choosing words that are uplifting and truthful requires awareness and self-discipline. It means being mindful of tone, context, and the impact of what you say. It means avoiding gossip, sarcasm, and words that undermine others or yourself. It also means taking responsibility for your language, understanding that it is one of the most visible and enduring markers of who you are. Positive, truthful, and uplifting words become your legacy. They travel faster and farther than actions alone because they resonate emotionally with those who hear them, creating a reputation that precedes your presence, attracts collaboration, and commands respect. When you commit to this level of conscious speech, you are not only shaping how others perceive you, but also aligning yourself with a path of abundance, influence, and meaningful relationships. Careless, harsh, or manipulative words can destroy years of effort and credibility. Every statement you make carries a consequence, and when words are spoken without thought, discipline, or integrity, they can undo progress that took years to build. Words are not easily erased, they linger in the minds of others, shaping perceptions, creating doubts, and influencing decisions long after they are spoken. A single, careless remark in a meeting, a harsh comment in a conversation, or a manipulative phrase designed to control or deceive can create cracks in your reputation that are difficult to repair. People remember not only the achievements of others, but also the character demonstrated through their speech. No matter how skilled, talented, or accomplished someone is, if their words are inconsistent with honesty and integrity, their reputation is weakened. Manipulative language, gossip, exaggeration, and negativity all carry a silent but powerful message about who you are. They reveal impatience, insecurity, and a lack of self-control, and these impressions are difficult to erase. Many people focus on actions alone, believing that results are what matter most, but the truth is that words give context and meaning to those actions. A successful person who speaks harshly or manipulates others risks losing credibility and trust, because people instinctively recognize when someone is operating from selfish motives rather than genuine intention. Even casual words, when repeated over time, can erode the foundation of respect and influence that you have worked so hard to establish. It is easy to underestimate the weight of language because words are intangible, but their impact is tangible in every relationship, partnership, and opportunity. Careless words can ignite conflict, create misunderstandings, and damage the perception of competence and integrity. Harsh words can hurt others, break trust, and cause resentment, while manipulative words can make people question your motives and intentions. Reputation is fragile because it is built not only on achievements, but on the perception of character. One harsh comment can undo months of effort to build trust, just as one manipulative remark can overshadow years of genuine service or consistent performance. It is not just external relationships that are affected. Careless, harsh, or manipulative words also shape your internal reality. Speaking negatively or deceitfully reinforces those patterns within your own mind, creating habits that reduce confidence, clarity, and authenticity. Choosing words carelessly leads to inconsistency between your values and your actions, which becomes obvious to those around you. The key to maintaining credibility and long-term influence lies in awareness and intentionality. Every conversation should be approached with the understanding that your words are instruments of either construction or destruction. Speaking with discipline, honesty, and kindness ensures that your reputation remains strong and unshakable. It requires self-reflection, patience, and mindfulness because the habit of careless speech is often unconscious and reinforced over time. Protecting your reputation means thinking before you speak, measuring the impact of your words, and ensuring that every phrase aligns with your integrity and values. Harsh, manipulative, or careless words are shortcuts that may seem harmless in the moment, but carry lasting consequences that can undermine relationships, opportunities, and respect that took years to build. The true power of words lies in their permanence and the way they shape how others perceive you and how you perceive yourself. Your language shapes your mindset, actions, and how others perceive you. Every word you speak is a reflection of your inner world, and it directly influences the quality of your thoughts, decisions, and interactions. The moment you choose positive, constructive, and empowering words, you are not only impacting others, but you are also conditioning your own mind to operate from clarity, confidence, and focus. Words are a bridge between thought and action, and the way you communicate determines the outcomes you attract into your life. People often underestimate the subtle but profound effect that speech has on their mindset. Negative or limiting language reinforces doubt, fear, and hesitation, while words that are uplifting, precise, and intentional cultivate courage, determination, and clarity. Your vocabulary shapes the mental environment in which your actions take root, guiding your perception of challenges, opportunities, and possibilities. When you consistently choose empowering language, your actions follow, aligning naturally with the constructive energy you generate through speech. Conversely, careless, self-deprecating, or negative words create internal resistance, confusion, and inconsistency, which show up in the quality of your decisions, relationships, and performance. How? Others perceive you is equally influenced by your speech. People are constantly observing the language you use, the confidence behind your words, and the consistency of your communication. Someone who speaks clearly, honestly, and with positive intent earns respect, admiration, and trust. Their reputation is enhanced because others perceive them as reliable, capable, and principled. On the other hand, inconsistent, vague, or negative speech leads to misunderstanding, doubt, and lack of credibility. Your reputation is a reflection of the patterns embedded in your language and the impact those patterns have on those around you. Language also affects the energy in your environment. Words that inspire, clarify, and uplift create harmony, collaboration, and momentum, while careless or harsh speech breeds tension, confusion, and resistance. Every team, relationship, or interaction you participate in is shaped by the energy carried through your words. The more intentional and mindful you are in your communication, the more influence you wield over the outcomes you desire. Your mindset, actions, and influence are therefore interconnected through language. By choosing words that reflect CLA, integrity, and positivity, you are actively programming your mind to focus on solutions rather than problems, growth rather than stagnation, and connection rather than conflict. This alignment between language and thought becomes a self-reinforcing cycle. The more disciplined your speech, the stronger your mindset, the more effective your actions, the more effective your actions, the more respect, trust, and opportunities you attract. Conversely, if your language is careless, negative, or manipulative, it disrupts this cycle, creating confusion, inconsistency, and diminishing influence. The responsibility of shaping your mindset, actions, and reputation through language lies entirely within your control. Every word you speak has the potential to shape reality, influence perception, and create the foundation for future success or failure. Mastery over your words is therefore mastery over your life because it aligns thought, action, and perception into a coherent force that determines the trajectory of your personal and professional journey. By embracing intentional, empowering, and truthful communication, you set yourself on a path of clarity, influ, NCE, and sustained credibility that others will recognize and trust, and that will consistently open doors and create opportunities that might otherwise remain closed. Speak deliberately and intentionally, letting your words build influence and leave a lasting impact. Every word you utter carries energy, meaning, and consequence. And when you approach communication without awareness, you risk wasting opportunities to establish trust, respect, and authority. Deliberate speech is a practice, a conscious choice to align your thoughts, intentions, and language, so that each statement serves a purpose. Intentional words are not reactive, they are measured, clear, and designed to convey truth while inspiring confidence and credibility. When you speak without intention, your words become scattered, inconsistent, and weak, often creating confusion, misunderstanding, or even conflict. People instinctively notice the difference between someone who speaks with clarity and purpose and someone whose words seem careless or reactive. Your ability to communicate deliberately signals discipline, focus, and maturity, and it immediately elevates the way others perceive you. Influence is built slowly. Rough, consistent demonstration of integrity, clarity, and respect in your communication. Each conversation, comment, and statement contributes to this influence. When you speak intentionally, you are effectively designing the narrative that others will associate with you. This is not about manipulation or control. It is about authenticity and alignment, ensuring that your language reflects your values, goals, and vision. Deliberate speech also fosters deeper connections with others. When people sense that your words are thoughtful, truthful, and purposeful, they are more likely to trust, respect, and follow your guidance. Influence comes not from volume or aggression, but from consistency, integrity, and the power of your ideas expressed through intentional language. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to strengthen your presence and reputation when your words are deliberate. Conversely, careless, reactive, or thoughtless language erodes influence. People may admire your skills or accomplishments, but if your words create doubt, confusion, or negativity, your reputation suffers. Intentional speech demands self-awareness, patience, and discipline. It requires you to pause, consider the impact of what you are about to say, and align it with your goals and principles. By practicing this level of mindfulness, you ensure that your words are always building rather than destroying, elevating rather than diminishing, clarifying rather than confusing. Influence is a reflection of trust, and trust is cultivated one word at a time. When your speech consistently aligns with integrity and intention, your influence grows naturally because others know they can rely on your judgment, perspective, and honesty. The lasting impact of deliberate words goes beyond immediate conversations. They shape perceptions, leave impressions, and create opportunities long after they are spoken. People remember not only what you say, but also how your words made them feel, the clarity they provided, and the confidence they inspired. Deliberate speech is also empowering to the speaker. When you take control of your words, you take control of your presence, your influence, and the trajectory of your personal and professional life. You no longer allow emotions, impulse, or negativity to dictate your communication. Instead, you speak from a place of mastery, purpose, and alignment. By embracing the practice of speaking deliberately and intentionally, you are actively building a reputation of credibility, influence, and respect. Your words become a tool to shape perception, create trust, and leave a legacy of impact that endures far beyond the moment they are spoken. In every conversation, you have the opportunity to make a statement that reflects wisdom, integrity, and purpose. And by seizing that opportunity consistently, you create a life in which your words are the architects of your influence, your reputation, and your success.